So, Steve King talking about immigrants and using some pretty ugly metaphors. And in fact, I was playing with the idea of maybe we should get Steve King on to talk to him. Do you really mean it? Because he's been a guest on this program many times. I think he knows that, you know, he can say what he wants to say here, and I'm not going to call him obscene names or something. He may end up not looking all that great, but but whatever. But do you really mean this kind of stuff? But even John Boehner had to come out and say, what Steve King said does not reflect the values of the American people or the Republican Party. So that's pretty amazing stuff. That is actually very amazing stuff. And then the Republican Party mascot, Ted Nugent, you can read this over Daily Kos, has things to say about black Americans. Yes, just what we need. Another riff on black Americans from another white guy. Now, I confess, as a white guy, I did a riff on black Americans yesterday. But I think that, well, I don't think that Ted Nugent has anything really to contribute to this situation. The Republicans are promoting this new idea, as it were, that it's all Obama's fault, right? Everything is Obama's fault. If we go back to 2009, January 2009, the night that President Obama was inaugurated, keep in mind he was elected in November of 2008. He was inaugurated on January 20th, as I recall, wasn't it? I think, of 2009. And on that night, in the Caucus Room restaurant, in a private room in the back, 15 or 18 Republicans got together with Frank Luntz and Newt Gingrich. And Newt Gingrich has admitted this on this program. Got together and said, you know, we're going to block everything he does. And there was a little window there of 6 or 8 or 12 weeks where he actually had a majority in both houses and could get some things done, and got a lot done during that little window. I mean, you know, ended predatory lending, stop loss time for troops, stop tortures, increased VA spending, let women serve on subs, equal pay for women, nuclear arms reduction and disposal, got BP to pay $20 billion, strengthened the EPA, broadened powers of the FDA, put through a 9/11 responders healthcare funding, repealed Don't Ask, Don't Tell, middle class tax cut, the largest in history, saved Chrysler, saved GM, went from 800,000 monthly job losses to monthly gains now, job gains for about 4 years in a row, 3 years and 3 and change. Increased education spending, decreased the cost of student loans, strengthened hate crimes, got through the Affordable Care Act, the CHIPS program, Children Health Insurance Program, started enforcing child labor laws again, reformed to some extent Wall Street, Dodd-Frank, credit card reform. I mean, got a lot done in a short time. But then the Republicans took charge again. And for the last 3 years and change, they have said no to everything. And so things are falling apart. As the president pointed out yesterday, yeah, we can muddle through. We're a large nation. We've got a lot of natural resources. We've got a lot of creative energy. But, you know, with 12 million known unemployed people and probably 17 to 20 million people who are unemployed, underemployed, or misemployed, and maybe more than that, frankly, I think it's probably more like 30 million. You know, when you have major hotel chains bragging about the fact that their busboys have bachelor's degrees, you know there's something wrong. That the economy is not working the way it could or it should, and it's not working that way because the Republicans don't want it to, because they don't want a Democrat in the White House to get credit for a good economy. And they intend to run in 2016 against whoever is the Democratic nominee. I'm predicting Hillary, but against whoever is the Democratic nominee, they intend to run against that person on a platform of Obama couldn't fix the economy, put a Republican in. Like, hey, let's try George Bush's stuff again. That really worked. Or Ronald Reagan. Didn't that work great? You know, triple the debt. Biggest stock market crash in the history of the United States, except for, of course, 1929. Crashed the savings and loans. Killed off the American workers. Killed off the unions. Started the destruction of our public education system. Hey, give us another chance. We can do better. This is the Republican shtick. And again, I'm not saying that the Democrats are perfect. There is no shortage of Max Baucus Democrats out there, of Democrats who are, dinos, Democrat in name only, who, at least they're a vote to help out Harry Reid now and then, but only now and then. And that's why I think that we all need to get active. And one of the things that we need to do is get inside these political parties. If you are listening to this program and you consider yourself a conservative, please join the Republican Party and bring some sanity to them. Tell them to stop vetoing legislation that comes out of the House of Representatives when the Democrats control it, that says that we're no longer going to subsidize moving jobs offshore. We're doing that right now. We've been doing that ever since Reagan. We actually give subsidies to Mitt Romney's company when he tears down factories like Sensata, breaks them down brick by brick, and ships them overseas and rebuilds them over there. We actually give them a tax subsidy. And when they keep their money offshore, they actually get a tax advantage for that. Please let's not do that anymore. You've got major companies in the United States making as much from tax avoidance as they are from manufacturing products. Let's stop that. Now, I'll give you, there are some Democrats who think, oh, that's just fine. We're going to go along with the corporate agenda. Citizens United has created an environment where particularly red or purple districts that could very easily flip Republican, Democrats need to toe the line and be Republicans. Now, I get that. It's a political reality, but if enough of us were to participate in this process and show up and say, yeah, I want to be a precinct committee chairperson. I'm going to be part of the solution, not part of the problem. Those of you who are conservative, join the Republican Party. Those of you who are progressive, join the Democratic Party. Make things happen.